What's up, everybody? Thank you so much for joining us on the Togethermess Big Brother bonus episode. I think that's the official name.
Yeah.
And thank you, everyone, for tuning in right now. We know there are limited people here in the YouTube chat. We're live. Thanks for joining in on this Thursday. It's a weird time. I know West Coast. Sorry to alienate you guys because you guys haven't even seen the episode yet, but you guys could always catch up later on. We're just doing live, but there's a good chance we're going to take your questions.
Yes. So get those questions ready. So let's get started.
Yeah.
I'm sad about the eviction. We'll go back and talk about the beginning, but I am sad about the eviction, but we will go from the beginning. Sorry, our kids just walked in screaming.
Yeah, there's definitely going to be a kid interruption at some point.
For sure. Okay, so Ava's HOH.
Yeah.
When I first saw that she was HOH, I was kind of like, okay, I have no idea. She's a wild card. I have no idea who she's going to pick and who she will nominate. Not happy about her nominations because I liked everybody that she nominated.
Yeah. Yeah. So let's go back to Ava. Here we go.
Here,
you guys picked the perfect time just to
Here.
jump in. So we're going live, buddy. We're live right now. So
here.
Okay, it's okay. Take the phone.
Okay, you gotta
What's
go.
up, buddy? All right.
Okay.
I love you, buddy. I love you.
Okay. Bye, guys.
All right. Man, you guys picked the perfect time. So let's go back, okay? Thank you.
Thank
Package.
you. All right, you gotta go. Wait,
All
I
right.
gotta go.
For mommy. What a surprise. Come on, we gotta do
When
this.
when they did the HOH competition, I did not like it because when Riley first started, he goes, who wants it? And then instead of being like, you want to put the two competitors up against each other.
All right, so here's my thoughts about Ava. I took some notes just like old school. I wrote them down. I didn't put them on, tape them on cards like I used to do, but I did write some notes. So Ava, I didn't know who she was, right? But she got a little, the jersey came out of her.
Yes.
The jersey came out. So I'm not sure how I feel about her or how the noms went, but she did what she did, and let's go back to Ashley with that vote from the week before with Jimmy.
Yes.
Okay. So I don't know why, again, we don't watch the live feed, so we only watch the show, but I don't know why she didn't get more heat. Speaking of Ashley, why didn't she get more heat for doing that flip vote? Were they still looking for it?
I don't know. I don't know why. Hang on real quick. Hang on,
Yeah.
guys. I gotta
All right, all right.
out. I can't.
All right, thanks, buddy.
Bye-bye. Oh, Leighton. Bye-bye.
This is gonna be great.
This is like so bad.
Well, listen, it's Thursday night, guys. I know you guys are getting crazy like it's a college night, and my kids need to go to bed because they just started school. So Jordan's handling it right now, and I'll keep going with my stuff. So I went from last week to thinking Vinny and Mickey were playing the best games in the Big Brother house, to this week, I really think they're playing the worst games in the Big Brother house. And we need Jordan to come back here in a second because she thinks Mickey's still playing a good game. Let's start with Vince. The crying and all that stuff with Vince, he put it on too much. I was just saying that I was thinking they were playing the best game.
Oh, yeah, Vince.
Yeah.
I think Vince is playing a great game.
But I think he's playing the worst game now. Like he went crying to everybody. We were crying to Will. I don't know.
I think he laid it on a little too thick, but I like Vince because he's not afraid to make moves. Mickey,
that's yet to be seen.
We'll find out.
Yes, let's keep going though. But
Mickey, though, I think is playing a great game because she is pretty much, she's like, I feel like in the center, and she has everybody around her not knowing that they're protecting her. She's got Morgan. She did have Zach. She has Vince. Who else does she have? She has a whole other side.
But
Rachel, Ashley, Will,
all of them. Here's my thing. She's trying too hard to protect all of her alliance, but she's in different alliances. She's trying to protect different people outside her alliance. And it's making people like Morgan question her. And it's making even Ashley was questioning her in the beginning of this episode.
She said she was doing a dictatorship. Well, I don't think Mickey might start getting very confident And then when you get too confident, that's when you fall.
Well, I'm going to bring that up. But do you think this might be Mickey? Some people might be doubting Mickey now.
Yes, I do think some people are doubting her, but I feel like everybody is so scared to make a move. I feel like Zach would still be in the house well, he should have used his power or that he had.
We'll get there.
Forget the
We'll get
$10,000.
there.
I
We'll
know
get
we're
there.
all over the place, but I feel like Zach would still be in the house if he would have made moves and he was too friendly with everyone. And he seems like a great guy, but it's Big Brother.
Okay, you're jumping ahead.
Okay.
Let's go back because obviously people watching know what happened already. But guys, continue to write in your questions. We're going to take as many as we can. I just want to get through this real fast. My first question, like going back to the start of the week, why are people so scared to go after Rachel?
I don't know. I really don't know. I'm like, are they fans? Are they of her? Are they just scared because they're scared that Rachel's going to yell at them?
But they're not scared enough to take down every one of Rachel's closest alliance members.
Right.
So why not take down Rachel? Again, I'm just thinking Big Brother. Why not take down Rachel and take that person as your alliance member?
Right, because they're going to need somebody.
Right. Instead of
team up
taking
with.
out Rachel's partner or number one in the game and then making Rachel upset. Why not just take the head off the snake? Not saying Rachel's a snake. I'm just using that analogy.
I think, well, hopefully Riley, I feel like Riley will do that. Will put up Rachel and the other side. But if Rachel or Ashley win or Will win, it's just going to be the same people and they're just all going to get picked off. They all need to, like Vince needs to get with Riley, Katherine. They all need to make a stance and pick a side and go with it. Get Lauren on their side. Lauren too. I forget that she's even on the show. She's so quiet.
That's in my notes.
I honestly said to you, I go, wait, where's Kelly? Haven't seen Kelly either because we were seeing her so much on the Blockbuster.
Well, here's what I like this week because it shook things up.
Yeah.
And now people are questioning their alliance, questioning the way things are going. When everyone has a house vote and they think everyone's going the same, I don't like that. I don't think the viewers like that. But when you're in the house, you don't know what's right or what's wrong.
Yeah.
And we're coming up on like day 40 now. So the paranoia is setting in, the emotions are setting in, things like that. I think we're pretty close.
I still think Rachel's playing it great. She is just, no one's really targeting her. I feel like her alliance is pretty strong. They all have her back. I really like Will. I think he's a great guy.
Yeah. Well, I want to go back because I can't wait to see. Will's felt the block and he's not feeling I agree. I like Will a lot. I do want to see how they react because earlier in the week before Ava won HOH, that first episode, it was written all over Rachel's face.
Yes.
That she was upset with the way things went and she thought she was in trouble and she wasn't handling it well. It was written all over her face. Then when Ava won, she obviously got really happy, right?
Right.
I want to see how they feel, the other side, besides Keanu and everybody keep going up the same people and Kelly. I want to see how the other side feels. So I hope somebody from that side.
I do too.
I gotta look at the names again. I hope Riley wins. I hope Katherine wins. HOH. I hope Keanu wins. Very interesting to see what Vince is going to do if he wins. I just want to see the other side go up a little bit and feel that pain.
I know.
And how they're going to react on the block and see their emotions change.
That's why I would like to see Riley because I feel like he would do something. That's the cowboy.
Yeah.
Or I feel like Morgan would do something just because people are now saying her name. Like, oh, I'm going to put her up.
Yeah. I mean, Morgan's my pick to win.
I like
that
Morgan.
Side, so on the girls' side. And so I'm happy she's still in the game. One thing I wanted to bring up was the veto.
Yeah.
Right. So everyone's trying to take themselves off the block. Katherine ends up winning. She has nothing to do with the block. And she had the opportunity to take that $5,000.
I know.
What again, when you're in there, money doesn't mean anything. Right. So she must have felt threatened in some way because they talked about the Showmance with her and Riley. I think she was comfortable enough. I would have thought with those guys on the block, with Keanu, with Zach, with Vince, that I would have took that $5,000. Would you have?
I mean, I'm not in the house, so me and you talked about this earlier. I think she thought that if she didn't take the veto, that her or Riley were going to go up as a replacement nominee, and she was unsure. Because again, I feel like Ava's a wild card, and I think she was just trying to protect her and Riley.
Yeah, it still would have
But
took the $5,000.
I'm with you. I would have taken the $5,000 and let Vince. I mean, Vince could have got the veto if she would have just let him. Zach could have used his reward that he got, took himself off the block.
But you're right. She might have then been spiteful because then Ava would have been in the egg costume, which I would have loved.
Yeah.
I would have loved to see her because Vince was falling down and Ava's just clumsy anyway. So she would have been rolling around the house in that. So that would have been great television to see her in that.
They would have had like the voice sounds of cracking, eggs cracking every time.
That would have been great to see her in that egg costume. So I would have liked that. But then you're right. Riley might have went up on the block and then it's 3 powerful guys and then go.
Right.
Then who goes home?
But Keanu, my goodness.
Dude.
I love him.
My boy's still in it.
He has proven I want him to win.
But you know what's funny? If he was on the block this week against, I don't know whether it's Zach,
he wouldn't have gone home.
I don't know. Zach said he would have stayed if it was against Keanu, but Vince might have went home. I don't know. You never know how it's going to work out. But it seems like the target's fading off Keanu. And the way, we'll get into the way he plays. Like we were talking, I guess we could talk about it now. When we were watching just now that last battle back, is that what it's called? Blockbuster. He's so calm now because he's been in so many times that he's actually focusing on what's going on. And I was watching Zach specifically because I see a little myself in Zach. He's a way better guy than me. I'm not comparing myself to him, but I saw him like getting hyped up and like jumping up and down. I'm like, dude, that's the wrong way to go. That's what I did with the clown shoe. I got hyped up. I went in there crazy, not thinking, just powered through this, and I lost. And I was like, he's not even thinking because he's, it's a nervous feeling. If I don't win this, I'm going home.
When it's live too.
Yeah.
And you can hear that audience in the background, that makes you even more nervous. When I remember when me and Natalie in season 11, it was, me, her, and Kevin, and me and Natalie had to battle each other. And I remember Julie came on and I could hear the audience in the background and I could just feel my hands felt so cold. And I was like, don't shake. Because it was a competition where I had to roll a ball into the correct head of household
heads
from each.
Roll.
It was the heads will roll. And I was like, stay calm. And all I kept saying in my head, I feel like I barely listened to anything Julie said in the directions because all I kept saying was Jesse, Ronnie, Jesse, Russell, Jesse, Ronnie, Jesse, Russell. Because I was like, don't forget those main things. Because when you're nervous and people are watching you and it's live, I think it's definitely more nerve-wracking than being in the yard when it's taped.
Yeah, but it's still, when you're on, when your life is on the line, it's tough to stay calm. But I think that's why Keanu keeps winning, because he's very calm and other people feel the pressure. So that's a very important part that when you're in there, if you obviously haven't played the game, you don't think about. But being cool is a big part of winning a lot of those competitions, because they're pretty simple when you're sitting on the couch, right? But when you're in there and your life's on the line, the stakes are way higher.
Yeah, just like clown shoe.
Yeah, just like clown shoe. But I want to go back to the veto competition because I thought it was a classy move, and I'll talk about Zach's class because I think he's a class act by giving Will that vacation. That was very sweet.
Nice.
Good gameplay as well, but very sweet. I think he was thinking of the sweet part. I'm gonna lean that he was thinking sweeter than gameplay.
And then Zach ended up with the partners in crime punishment.
Yep.
And then he chose Rachel. But in my head, I was like, oh, he's gonna choose Morgan for that.
Or Lauren.
Yeah, I didn't know. I didn't know him and Rachel. Maybe we don't, because we don't watch the live feeds. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, maybe they're closer than I thought they were. But yeah, and they did that, and so they had to. So they were 12 hours to steal $100,000 in clean BB bills from the BB bank.
You
And
wrote it down.
I did.
Because me and Jordan got in a big fight yesterday. And
I wasn't going to say that. Poor Riley, our producer, she was like in the middle of it.
We had to redo our podcast episode.
Yeah, tonight we had to record.
Yeah, we just redid it. It's all good. We made up.
I was pretty mad.
We're going to really make up later today.
Oh, shut up.
I'm just kidding. But I thought, so I called Jordan this morning after I was done with work, and we made up. And anyways, I'm like, hey, did you watch Big Brother last night? Because we didn't talk last night.
Yeah, I didn't talk to him.
I go, dude, Zach and Rachel won $100,000. I go, what's up? I go, that's more than second place. I'm like, I can't believe they're giving out that money. And I was half watching, and it turns out that was just their punishment.
And I just happened to
collect $100,000.
Yeah, I was like cooking broccoli, and I was making dinner for tonight so the kids would have it. And I was just like meal prepping. And then I go, wait, I'm on that part. Hang on, let me rewind it real quick. But it said they had to find 4 bags that don't
everybody
explode.
knows. Everybody knows. Yeah.
And then okay, so let's take some questions because y'all are probably tired of hearing us talk. Should Katherine have used her veto for someone else?
I don't know. It was her chance to make a power move.
Yeah.
And I thought, first of all, I think she should have took the $5,000. I really do. I think they were okay. I think there were such big players up there that she wouldn't have, even if she went up, she wouldn't have gone home. I think she was more protecting Riley in that instance now, looking back. But she could have made a big move and used it on somebody and brought people to that side.
Yeah.
I don't know how well Katherine and Riley are doing getting the vote. I think they got Keanu. Do they have Keanu? I don't even know. Like that side needs to rally. Like they need to start getting the numbers to the other side.
But I feel like everybody's too much like they just keep kind of flowing and going back and forth, and I can't stand it. I'm don't like, make a stance.
Again, it brings me back like when Rachel was yelling at Morgan, telling her like I will be in that final 2 chair, and in that moment Morgan didn't stand up for herself. I'm like, I'd be like, what are you talking about? There's no way you're getting the final 2. I would have said it right to her face. There's no way you're getting the final 2. You're going to be the first one in jury. I'm going to make you sit there all summer. That's what I would have said right to her face.
If it was season 11, we were all, I mean, if y'all watched it, all of us were just like,
don't talk to me like that. You haven't even won a competition yet. How dare you talk to me like that?
Yeah, you would have got chest bump.
I would have got a chest bump. But I like here's what I love about Rachel. She's bringing back that old school flavor back to Big Brother. She's not scared to say what she has to say. And the other house guests seem like they're kind of cowering out a little bit. I don't know whether if they want the recognition when they get out or they're intimidated by her. I don't know what that what's the word I'm looking for? Whatever. I don't know what that intimidation factor is.
Yeah, and Rachel's definitely not going down without a fight.
So no, of course. So
I can't wait to see.
If Rachel goes on the block, oh man, I'm gonna be glued to the TV.
Yeah,
me
too.
Because
it's good TV.
It's great. She brings that old school flavor.
Yeah.
I love that. So I love that about Rachel. And I think a lot of people either hate Rachel and they watch Rachel, or they love Rachel and she's the queen. And that's what reality television is all about. You want people to love you so hard and hate you so hard. And that right in that middle, I don't know. That for me, no good. You got to go for it.
I think this is the first time I've watched Big Brother and someone's been evicted and pretty much everybody was upset that the person was leaving the house.
Zach's a good dude.
Yeah.
Let's take some more questions, but Zach's a good dude. We're going to try to get him on maybe
if he wants to.
Yeah, maybe next week we're going to try to get him on. But let's take some more questions.
Do you feel Mickey is getting too big for her britches? Yeah, she's getting a little too confident. When she was talking with Ashley and she said she could swing the vote.
Yeah.
And she was like, I just need to think about it, like what's best for my game.
And she kept saying my game instead of our game.
Yeah.
Morgan pointed that out.
So that's one thing that I was saying earlier. When you get confident and you start riding high, You always end up crashing.
Hold on. I want to show you something.
What did you write?
I wrote that exact thing.
You wrote that?
The exact thing. I wrote it in there. I go, Mickey's getting too big for her britches, and so is Ava. She was walking around the house talking shit, thinking she's in hot shit. And then the next week, you're the one that's on the block. So I'm very curious to see if Ava's on the block next week. Because when you're riding too high in the Big Brother house, you go right to the bottom.
Yep.
That's exactly
Or you
how
go
it works
home.
every single year.
Yeah.
So I'm in, and I
And
think
Ava,
Mickey,
all I ever see her do are just like, it's just faces. And she's like, oh, sorry, it is what it is. I don't know. She's so awkward to me.
but she talked a lot of shit this week. She
We'll
was
see.
she was riding pretty high. So we'll see how it works out next week. But yeah, let's take another one.
Who do you think will win HOH this week? Like I said, I hope it's the other side just to shake it up and so everybody else can see what it feels like.
But I think the house got shook this week. I think the house got
just
really
because
shook.
Zach was a surprise.
A big surprise. And I think people now are like, I don't know who to trust. I don't know what to do. You know, so I would love Keanu to win HOH. I'd like Riley to win HOH. Morgan would be super
I would love
interesting
if
to win
Morgan
HOH.
won.
Vince would be super interesting because he doesn't know where he stands anymore.
But I don't know if Vince, if he won HOH, just because I feel like he's kind of shook a little bit, like, oh, I almost went home. I don't know if he'd make a move. I think he would play it cool.
He's definitely shook. He's going to be quiet this week.
That's what I think.
He's going to just mend fences.
So I'm going to say I hope Morgan wins. I hope Morgan or Keanu. But then again,
I'd like to see
know
Keanu.
I don't know who
because
Keanu would.
I don't know who he put up. Morgan, I think if she won, would be in a really tough spot.
Yeah.
Because she does have alliances here and there. But I don't know. Will would be a good one. Who knows if he would win? Listen, man, I'm pulling for old Will. I call him old. He's as old as me, but the old in the Big Brother house.
Yeah.
You know, I'm pulling for Will. I'm pulling for Big Willie.
I love how he always talks about his wife.
Yeah.
It's so sweet.
All right, let's take another one.
What did you think of Rachel's confrontation with Morgan in the storage room? Do you agree new BB is not like the old BB? Old BB, you were like, F you, I don't like you, get away. Like you are yelling at it. Remember me and Lydia? It was like the first week and she came in and started yelling at me. And I was like, oh, hell no. And I went in there and just started screaming at her. And her and I are screaming at the top of the lungs. And she told me to calm down. Remember that?
A little bit. You
and
seem
then
to remember it more than I did.
I was mad. But I mean, like that. I mean, I had, and then Russell. Like I had a lot of.
Our season
Shelley.
was fiery. Our season was super fiery.
It was good.
Yeah. Well, not a lot of people think so.
I think it was good.
I thought it was great. But yeah, I wouldn't have let someone talk to me like
if somebody
that.
talked to me like that, I would definitely
Yeah,
clap
being
back.
in the house, I wouldn't let someone talk to me like that. Watching on television, I love that she talked like that.
Yeah. As a viewer,
Yeah.
it's fun to watch. Being in the house, you stand up for yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, she should have stood up for herself. She did in the diary room,
I don't
but
think-
not in the moment.
I don't think Morgan's personality is that to like.
But she did in the diary room. She clapped back a little bit.
But it's in the diary room. You're in
Right,
there by
but
yourself.
in the moment, you got to stand up for yourself.
I think Morgan's so cute. Like she's so pretty. I love her hair. I love how curly it is.
That's totally.
I know it's so
Off the
random, but I
subject.
just think she's just so beautiful.
Do you have
Anyways.
any questions about Vince's shoes? Let's talk about Vince's shoes. No, let's get another question in there. Let's get them all in there.
What do you think about Vinny and Keanu breaking the costume curse with being in a costume on eviction night and going home?
We just talked about that.
Yeah. I don't know. I told Jeff as we were watching,
Going
I go,
out as an egg.
I didn't
Yeah.
want him going out as an egg. And you can't even see his face. It's embarrassing. You went out in a tank top.
You know, I don't know why I haven't thrown that tank top away. I still have it upstairs and I put it on to go to the pool. And I'm like, I can't wear this. And I throw it back.
Yeah, Jeff
I
still
don't know why
wears
I
his
have
Big
it.
Brother tank tops.
I do wear tank tops, but I have that one specifically. And I put it on and I go, I'm putting it back. And then I'm like, why do I have this? But I can't throw it away. Maybe I'll give it away. Maybe we'll give it away in one of these lives. You guys want my tank top that I went out with 16 years ago that I still wear?
I know. Jeff just, you hit the You just hit the door and like walked out. Was that season or was that the other season that when you got kicked out?
No, it was my second one. The first one I went out gracefully. I
Did
knew I
you?
was going home.
Oh, that is
Yeah.
right.
The second one was a double eviction, and I went out second, and I got.
Your boot cut jeans. That's what I remember.
I went out in a tank top and shorts.
No, your first time in your black shirt. and
Dude,
your
that was the jam. It was so long ago that boot cuts are making their way back.
Was it Kendrick? No, Kendrick Lamar was wearing the flare.
Yeah.
But your boot cut were kind of flary if you look at them. And your black shoes, I remember. You were very proud.
That was, yeah. It looked like it was awesome.
All right. The next question. Since you guys were also underdogs in Big Brother 11, what strategy do you think Keanu and Rachel should take to survive the next couple weeks?
What do you mean Keanu and Rachel? Are they like a pair now?
I don't know. I can't see the chat. Are they a pair now, people?
Yeah, I don't know if they're a pair now. I know.
Well, they could be.
I know Keanu keeps trying to mend that fence, it seems like,
Yeah.
and he's doing his work doing that. But I don't know how tight they are. If Keanu won, it'd be interesting to see who he put up.
Maybe he's trying to
He's got a lot of revenge to
amends with Rachel in case she does win HOH, so then he doesn't get put up. If I see Keanu and Kelly on the block again, I'm gonna be so mad.
Yeah, I don't want to see that. Well, how about Rachel winning HOH?
I don't know who she would put up.
I don't know either.
But she can't
She
put up anybody on the
dudes.
other
She put up
side.
strong dudes.
Yeah, it'd
That's what I
probably be
think.
like Riley,
Yeah, I would
like
think.
a showmance.
You know what? You're right. I think she'd put up Riley. I don't
Or
know. We're just
Morgan.
thinking here. No, I think she'd put up Riley and Katherine.
Yeah, and separate them.
When does this 3 thing stop?
I have no idea.
I'm kind of getting tired of it. Like
Well,
maybe
they're
at jury,
probably
I
going to
hope,
have some like twist or something soon.
Yeah, it's coming up. All right, let's take another one.
What do you think about Riley and Katherine's showmance?
I think here's what I think. It gets lonely in there. And I'm not saying that they won't work out, but you need someone, at least I'm speaking for myself. You need someone to lean on in there. You need someone to laugh and to talk to and kind of get away from the game a little bit and just have some sorts of normal.
That's what you're going to say my answer. That's what I was going to say. Because the game really gets to you. And if you don't have a solid friend partner, then you start getting paranoid and you put things in your head. But then if you have a solid friend that in the house that you can trust, you start talking about other things besides game.
Yeah, because there's so much downtime.
Much
everyone
downtime.
at home watches the game and you think it's just game all the time.
Yeah.
And for a lot of people it is, but for us, we kind of tried to get away from the game. Obviously, we talked a lot of game when we talked, but we got away from that. And that was our escape.
We would talk more. You would talk about Chicago and your friends. I would tell you about North Carolina. And then it was like you have a picture of what each other's parents are like, families are like.
And it's tough not to have a ride or die in there. At least for me. I have never been in the Big Brother house without Jordan.
But you didn't think about that. Like when I was going in Big Brother, I didn't say, oh, I'm going to have a ride or die, or I'm going to have a showmance, or I'm going to have a friend. I went in there like solo. Me and you just formed the bond because everybody in the house hated us. And so then it just ended up working out in our favor. But it was that twist that year that they couldn't get out because we were in cliques. So if your clique won HOH, they couldn't get you out. So you got lucky, or you would have been one of the people out.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure. But for me, I don't know. I needed a friend, but there's other people. Dan comes to mind, and he was just a mastermind of the game and was there to win.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I don't know if he didn't have that ride or die in there. He
had Memphis his season. I think him and Memphis were like ride or die.
They're buddies. I'm sure he made buddies, but Dan was like a mastermind of the game. Even going back to like Derek, he had Cody. You know, they were buddies. And that was his.
But it's just finding that person that 100% is not going, just like Morgan and Mickey. If Morgan knew that Mickey was going behind her back, that told the information to Ava, then she would have been hurt because she was like giving her information. So I don't know how solid Mickey is with Morgan, even though they do say they are.
We'll see.
Yeah.
I really, I can't even think to predict this week because the house was so shook.
Yeah.
And we're getting, again, I always use that day 40. I've said it a million times, just from being in the house twice and making it past day 40 both times, and then working for the show afterwards for years and years. I see it every year, and people break right around day 40. And I think this week was a big shakeup in the house. I don't know if people know they can even trust their number one now. So I think, going back to the original question, that Riley and Katherine, I think they got each other. I think that's who they're leaning on.
Well, yeah.
I think the house is going to try to break that up.
Well, I mean, if it works outside of the house, good for both of them. He's from what, Oklahoma?
I'm not even going that far, but I'm just saying right now where they're at.
Well, I hope it works out if it's for
All
real.
Right. For reals?
Yeah.
You want to hear some making out?
Oh God, no. I don't watch The Bachelor, but when I did, and it was like, I can't stand that. Okay. How do you feel about the show eliminating the reading of the family letters and not saying who wants to see my HOH room?
I wouldn't mind it, but I think it's part of the show.
Yeah.
Because especially like if you really hate somebody that, is on the other side of the house and you dislike them for whatever reason, you got to go up to that HOH room.
It's
Otherwise,
like
you're definitely putting yourself on, even though you think you're a target, you got to go up there. And then once you're up there, you kind of see, hey, this person's this is just a person with a family that loves them and friends that love them, and then you're like, oh, maybe it's just a game. Maybe it's getting to me a little bit. Maybe I'm overreacting, whatever. So I do like that part of the game, that it's very strategic as well. Because if you don't go up there and someone's HOH, you're definitely going on the block.
Oh, for sure.
And I think out of respect, you got to go up there and face it, even if you think you are going on the block. But then it does give you like some sense of compassion that you're like,
and you kind of see, you see their family and you see like what they're missing, and when they get emotional, it's just nice. And mentally it's good for everybody to get HOH, because when you can listen to music that you like and they put your favorite drinks in there, because you do start missing home.
Yeah. And everybody came from somewhere,
right.
And even on this podcast, we're like talking like we're in the house. I don't want to disparage anybody or make fun of anybody. They all have parents and family or friends that love them. And I don't know these people, you know what I mean? Yeah. And you don't know what they're going through in the house or what somebody's been through. So I do like that part of the game, actually, because it does humanize. And
everybody. People don't realize when the show's all done and it's finale and everybody's there, it's scary. And then you have all your press stuff, because you don't know what the outside world has been thinking of you. And I remember when I walked out of the house and I saw my brother, I was like, do people hate me? And I was like,
that was your first thought?
I go, everybody hates me, because everybody in the house was against us. So I was like, America hates me. And that's what I was thinking. And I was like, oh no, what's going to happen when I get out of here? And then that's kind of my reality started happening. Like, okay, now what's next when I get out of here? Are people going to be really mean to me?
Yeah. Well, I think it's worse now because of social media and stuff like that. It wasn't so prevalent when we did it. But now it's like, I think that's on their minds. And I think that's part of the game now. They're like, I got to be friends with Rachel. She's a icon, and I think Rachel's using that to her advantage, and I think Zach walked out with his head high, super classy. So I think his family should be very proud of, I don't know his situation, but whoever loves him should be very proud of him.
Yeah, he did a wonderful job.
Yeah.
Are we going to do more questions?
Yeah, let's take some more. Let's rock and roll. We only have a couple people in the chat.
Did Shima ever forgive you for stealing her HOH?
Me? I haven't talked to Shima. I don't know. I hope she's over it. But a lot of people ask me about, well, not a lot of people, but that question does come up time to time. I had that power for at least 2 weeks, and I didn't use it because I didn't need it. But I only used it to advance myself in the game when I used that. It has nothing to do with Shima. It was Jesse was riding high at the time. If you guys are familiar with season 11, Jesse was riding super high and he had the whole house cornered. And my only move was to flip it that week. And I threw that HOH I threw that Veto and let Russell win. And I kind of knew the plan that I was going to take Russell off that block. Or no, Russell didn't win that. Remember the chicken one?
Oh,
I had a plan in my head and I was like, all right, I'm not going to use this unless I really need it. And I thought I needed it because the house was against me. And then for 2 weeks, for some reason, I didn't need it. Then I was like, this is my last week to use that power. Either I use it or I don't. And it was such a big power and it had nothing to do with Shima that I was like, this is my opportunity to flip the house to get people on my side. Come on, buddy.
no.
Yes.
Okay, go.
Yes.
You gotta.
Sorry, our son's here.
Wait, we're gonna get picked up only from school?
No, when school gets out, we're going to leave. All right, buddy.
Jeff, do you think Mickey utilized her coup d'etat as efficiently as you did in Big Brother 11?
I think she did a good job. Like, it's very situational, you know, and I don't know what she was thinking. If she felt scared, I could only speak for myself. I thought she did a good job that week. I thought this week she was a little off, you know, but again, when I used mine, I was doing it to protect me and Jordan. And we had no chance in that game because Jesse was running that house. And my only chance was to put Jesse up against him and Natalie. And hopefully the house would have saw that Jesse was running that house and he was the biggest threat. He would have walked through that season if I didn't have that power. And that was my only opportunity well, actually, I had a couple of weeks to use it, but that was my opportunity to put him and Natalie up on the block against each other. And hopefully the house would see Jesse is the biggest threat in this house. So again, I don't mean to use the term snake, but once I cut the head off that, then I thought we had a better chance.
And you weren't allowed to share.
And by the way, I love Jesse. He's the man.
You weren't allowed to share that you had the mystery power.
Yeah, I wasn't allowed to share that.
Because if you did tell, let's say me,
I lost it.
You would lose the power.
Yeah. So all I did was like lay on that hammock with you and be like, we're going to be okay. And you're like, man, this guy's really confident, huh?
I was like, I think Michelle has it. I kept saying that. Were you ever surprised someone's TV edit on your season, or was there anyone who was nicer than they were portrayed? I think everybody's pretty portrayed how you see them is how they are. A lot of people, I don't know why people say that Big Brother is rigged or that they edit people certain ways. When we were on, there was Showtime After Dark. Wasn't there something else you could watch all the time?
There
it was
were live
on
feeds,
live feeds. It was on all the time. Because how I thought people were in the house is exactly how I saw them on TV. And nobody was edited. They were exactly who they were. And
I thought so
if
too.
you were portraying to be somebody, like a villain, it normally came out who you really were in the end, because after so many days in a house, you can't keep that up.
Yeah. That's why I always say, like, when people go in and be like, oh yeah, I'm a janitor, but you're studying to be a doctor. How long are you going to keep up that you're a janitor for?
I would slip up. I would end up saying something and slip up.
But I think we could agree from our season, everyone who's portrayed the way they were exactly who they were, you know, and some people don't want to look in the mirror and think that that's who they are. And trust me, I've looked in the mirror over the years 100 million times and be like, you're a fucking asshole. Be a little kinder, you know? So listen, I'm a dick myself. So I think everyone gets the edit that who they are. I don't think they could edit somebody with that amount of footage to be somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
That was an awkward pause. maybe I'm the asshole.
Why do the house guests cry so hard over someone being evicted? I remember on your season when Jesse got evicted, he's just going home.
Yeah, he just pieced out. You know, again, me and Jesse are so cool now, which is so crazy because the people that I talk to, me and Jesse and Jordan, we kind of always communicate through social media.
I like Jesse.
I'm so supportive of his career and what he's done with his life and his family now. And I think having a family really changes you, you know, and I love that he is such a big personality on Big Brother. But going back to that, he knew he wore that shirt underneath.
Yeah.
He knew that power was coming out, and he knew he was the head. He knew he was the head honcho. He knew no matter who had that power, if I didn't have it, you were dumb not to use it to get him out. And it had nothing to do with Shima. It had nothing to do with the HOH. I had it for a couple of weeks, and that was the time to strike. And it worked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I love Jesse. I love everybody that we were on our season after. Like, if anybody after your season is still holding a grudge, you have a problem.
Again, that was a couple lifetimes ago.
Yeah, it was
for me.
so
You know what I
long
mean?
ago.
I've been through a lot of milestones, a lot of downfalls, and a lot of different things. And again, you got to think it's 16, 17 years ago, whatever we were on. So, you know, you got to drop that baggage if you're still holding on to it.
Yeah. And it's just a game.
Even though when people bring up Clown Shoe, I still get a little.
Jeff, you are by far my favorite. My wife is watching. Can you say hi, Christy? Your husband, Mark, loves you.
Oh, man. Good. That was a good poll, Ian. Thanks for that one. Christy, wait, put that back up. Who am I supposed to say hi to? Can you say, Christy, your husband, Mark? Christy, your husband, Mark, loves you very much. Know that and remember that. Keep it right here. Keep it in your heart. Keep it loyal.
All right, let's answer just a couple more and then we're out of here. I got to get my kids to bed. I keep hearing them upstairs. So far, who do you think is America's favorite house guest? I don't know.
Dude, I don't
Maybe
know why.
Vince?
I don't know. I'm
Keanu.
Team Keanu. I don't know why I'm Team Keanu. I really am.
Hang on, I'm looking at this because I forget names.
I'm sticking. I just think because I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I picked him to win, so obviously I'm in his corner.
But he's the underdog.
But he's the super underdog, and he proves himself week after week, even though his gameplay is a little iffy sometimes and how he comes off. Again, we don't watch the live feeds, but how could you not pull for that guy?
I know. I'm going to say Keanu, right? Is everybody in the chat?
But we're not even at jury yet. You know what I mean? Once jury starts, if Keanu goes out next week, you know.
You really do forget. You're like, wait, you are that person?
Who's making like.
I love it finale.
You know what? I got to tell you who's making the show is Rachel. So I would think Rachel's got to be on the top of that list too as America's favorite. Even if you don't like her, you love to hate watch her. And if you love her, you love that she's making it old school. So I think she'd get a lot of votes for that.
Yeah, because she has a following.
Yeah. Let's rip a couple more.
Did you both have the goodbye messages on your season? We did have goodbye messages, but I think I did goodbye messages to you.
What an asshole. Jordan makes it further than me both times. Yeah, I'm the worst. I'm the worst. I've seen a lot of goodbye messages.
I remember I was in the DR and I had to do my goodbye message, and they're like, I was just like, all right, Jeff, I'll see you, next time, or I don't know. And they're like, they made me redo it a couple times because I don't think it was as emotional. They wanted me to be emotional, like feel it.
To be honest, if you gave me $1 million right now to remember one goodbye message,
I don't remember.
You're so, oh man, I can't say this enough. It's such a culture shock. That's not even the right word. That's not culture shock. It's such a mind fuck. That's the word I want to use, whatever the classy term is. When you get out of there and you finally see people and the crowd is like cheering, even if it's not for you, they make you clap anyway. And you're like, wow, it's just such a shock. I have no idea what those goodbye messages were. And then you're sitting there with Julie and you're like, dude, I was just in there for 2 months
sitting in front of an audience.
Yeah. And you're like, I'm in a tank top. What just happened?
Yeah.
It's like really super surreal. Like you can't explain it. And I've said this a million times before. If CBS wants some help on some production after the show ends to make a documentary on how it's all run and what the contestants go through and the psychology of it all, it's so interesting to me. So interesting being a player and being a host and seeing their mind before they go in and after they come out and knowing that they're going to have that mindset. It's just the psychology of it really fascinates me.
After playing Big Brother, now I see why you have to go through all those psychological tests. Is that what they were? Like psychological? Make sure you're not crazy or going to kill anybody?
Yeah, let's take one more and then we'll bounce.
Last question. If you had to bring back one thing they did in your season, what would it be? Luxury comps, have not comps, the key wheel?
Oh, you know what? When you said luxury comps, I haven't even thought about this, but remember when on season 11 they made it rain with money and as much dollars you could put in, and at the time cargo shorts were cool, and I was wearing those camo cargo
and they were
shorts.
so long.
And I had so much money stuffed in there.
And I was barely picking it up. I was like, surely we can't keep it. I remember I said that.
I was going crazy. I was stuffing so much money.
Crazy.
I forgot about that.
And I barely picked up any.
I wonder how much money I got from that.
I have no idea.
I was stuffing it everywhere.
I forgot about that.
I think I still have $1 somewhere in here. I was putting it all away. But yeah, I think the luxury comps are always great. And that happens a little later in the season because it's like a little bonus.
And it gets your mind away from the game. And then it's like you can relax and have fun. The movie stuff I didn't care about. I remember one. I don't remember exactly what it was. You were gone. I think it was right after you left on 11. And you could get all these clothes. Tori Spelling came, and I remember I got and it wasn't that long ago that I finally got rid of. Yes, and she was in the house, and his face, I will never forget how red his face got.
And I love 90210. I'm so sad I missed that. Fucking clown shoe.
You got William, no, not William.
And by the way,
not
when
William
everyone
Shatner, what's the guy?
David Hasselhoff.
You got David Hasselhoff. Wait, you have to tell the story of him when he gets out.
You've told it.
Oh, you did?
On the podcast, but you could tell it again.
When he walks out.
Yeah. So real quick, we're going too long here. I know you guys are getting bored, but when David Hasselhoff on season 13, first of all, I can't believe you got Baywatch from opera glasses.
I'm very I don't know.
That was so funny. I made Jordan go in there because she goes, David Hasselhoff. And for some reason that's funny to me. And I was like, oh my God, go say that. That'd be hilarious. Because I forgot it was an opera glass and like a life. It was opera glass and a light
soap.
Oh yeah, soap. And opera glasses, and then what? I think you got it from soap and an opera glass.
What was it?
Because you're like Bay soap. You said Bay soap.
And I was like,
and you're like Baywatch.
Yeah.
And you're like David Hasselhoff. And I was like, that's hilarious. And you get 3 guesses. I'm like, go say that. I definitely didn't think it was David Hasselhoff. And you went in there and then they put the life raft. And I was like, oh my God, it is David Hasselhoff. And I knew that you
and
said
I didn't even know he was on a soap opera.
So we get to meet David Hasselhoff because there was that same name show on CBS. And when David Hasselhoff pulled up in that Kit Knight Rider, the Kit car, he gets out and he goes, "What's up, survivors?" Everyone's standing there. He's like, "What?" And he's like, what show am I on? They're like, "Dude, this is Big Brother." And he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry." So they had to retake it. And he goes, "What's up, Big Brother?" And then we got to talk with him after because Jordan invited me to watch it. And I was like, "Dude, what's up? You said survivors." He goes, "Man, I've been taking some medicine. I just flew in from Germany. I don't even know what's going on."
Yeah. I couldn't believe he was so tall.
Yeah, he was cool. He was super cool. But he's like, "Man, I'm so busy. I'm so sorry I said that." But anyways, that was a good way to end that. But quickly, let's run through, give our recap of the week, see where people are standing. Ashley.
I don't know. I don't really have much to say about her.
Do you think she's gonna? I mean, I think Mickey's her number 1, but she's kind of questioning.
No, Rachel's her number 1.
Ashley?
Yes, Ashley and Rachel and Will. No, Will is actually, I think, her number 1, and then Rachel, and then I would say like Mickey.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know. I don't know how strong of a game she's playing, but
Yeah.
she's kind of in the middle, which is a good place for her. Ava.
I don't really have much to say about her either. I mean, I hope she probably gets put up this week
I think
after getting rid of everybody. Again, she's like a wild card. I mean, I know she was just HOH, but like you just don't really know what she's thinking when they show her. I don't watch the live feed, so everything I see on the show, she's either falling or making funny faces. And she's just a wild card to me.
yeah, I think she got too high this week. And it's again not specific to her, but anyone in the Big Brother house, when you get that high and get drunk with power, you end up on the bottom the next week. I've been through it many times. So I think she's going to be put up next week, but we'll see. Who knows? Katherine.
They don't really show much of her. She's just every time they show her, she's just with Riley. So I'd like to see her win HOH possibly because maybe we could all see a different side of her and
Yeah,
her
well,
personality show.
She made a big move this week. She didn't take the $5,000.
Yeah.
She wanted to prove herself with that veto, and she did and didn't use it. So she wanted to prove that she could make moves and win this game. So I hope her and Riley's connection.
Yeah, I think
gets
her
stronger.
nominees will be whatever Riley thinks.
I don't know. I think she's kind of independent. I think she can make her own.
Okay.
Kelly.
She's laying low right now. I want her to lay low.
Me
I like
too.
Kelly. Just keep her off the block.
Yeah. All right. Here's Kelly. I think you're a strong woman. I think you're playing a pretty good game. Stop nominating yourself for shit. Stop it. Stop doing that. Go hide somewhere. Go work out. Go hide in the bathtub. Do something. Stop nominating yourself. But you're playing a good game, I think. Lauren.
Haven't seen her. I forgot she's on the show. Haven't seen her at all.
I can't believe she didn't vote for Zach.
I think she's just gonna go with the house. I think she's sweet and I think she's like innocent and she loves the show. And I think she's just gonna end up getting picked off if she doesn't make a move.
Lauren needs to step it up a little bit, but I think she's a sweet girl, but she needs to step it up and start playing Big Brother. Mickey.
I love Mickey. I think she just can't ride too high.
Yeah, and I think again, I thought Mickey was playing a great game last week. I think she got kind of caught up in some sort of web of friendship this week, and I think some of her huge allies that had her back are kind of questioning her. So it's going to be interesting to see how this week plays out. Morgan.
Love Morgan. Want her to stay. I want her off the block. I hope she wins HOH. I know you said you thought she would be in it'd be hard for her because it would kind of show her loyalties to people, but I like Morgan a lot.
Yeah, I do too. I'm sticking with Morgan. I think she's got a good head on her shoulders. I don't know what's going to happen this week. Vince is her number one, and I don't know how that relationship with Mickey's going to play out. So it's going to be really fun to watch, but I'm pulling for Morgan. Keanu.
Oh man, either I want him to see HOH or if he doesn't win HOH, I don't want to see him on the block. He's proven to be there. He seems like a great guy and I like him. I'm rooting for him.
I'm Team Keanu. I'm going to get my Jerry O'Connell shirt. Team Keanu.
Yeah.
Just like on the the Friday show, whatever that is. Riley.
All I ever see him is with Katherine and they're cuddling. So I think he would make a move if he won HOH. I'd like to see him win HOH just to see a different side get put on the block, just to change it up.
You took the words out of my mouth. I hope he wins HOH this week just because I want to see more of what I saw this week. I want to see the sides.
Because that's, as a viewer, it makes it more fun to watch.
Yeah, and he'll take a shot. Yeah. He'll take a big shot. Vince.
I think Vince is just going to lay low. I don't know if he'll get nominated again. I feel like he's scared now. If he wins HOH, I really don't even know what he's going to do.
Dude, you're stealing all my ideas.
Oh.
I think Vince was playing a great game. Here's what I think. He's in a good spot because he got his bubble bursted, if that's the word.
Yeah.
He was making moves, running the house, and then he got so close to going home. I think that's going to calm him down a little bit, and I think that's going to be really good for his game. I don't know, but they might put him right back up on the block. But I think now he's going to really chill out and know who was loyal to him.
Yeah.
Will.
Love Will. I think he's a sweet guy. And I think he's safe with whoever's HOH. I don't think he's on anyone's radar.
You know what? Will wasn't my pick to win. I got Morgan and Keanu, and Mickey was my wild card. I hope Will makes it to the final
Me too.
too. I'm pulling. He's got my heart. Will's
Yeah.
got my heart. I like that.
He's
dude.
a sweet guy.
Yeah.
Okay, I got to get off of here because I have to get my kids to bed. They're right here and they're talking and they keep interrupting us. So thank you guys for tuning into this. Again, we're going to start doing this on Thursdays because we have some weekends that, we're going to be gone.
But
We got
thank you
things
so much
going
for
on.
tuning in. The people that wrote in the questions, we appreciate it so much. It makes us feel great, and we love doing this for you guys. It brings us together. Hopefully, it brings you guys together. I don't mean to steal a line from Ellen DeGeneres, but be kind to everybody. You don't know what somebody's going through.
I
You
know
what
we're
I mean?
emotional.
Yeah, we're
these
very
days.
emotional. But thanks for watching, guys. Have a great week. Tune into our regular Togethermess episodes every Monday and Wednesday, and we'll see you guys here for the Big Brother bonus episode next Thursday. Have a great week, everybody.
Bye.